Hello everyone, it's Enlisted video. I haven't done an Enlisted video for a little bit, yeah, it's been a few months. Last time I think I did anything about Enlisted was me and Front, I think it was Varak. We did a stream of it on one of the Thursday mornings. And I'm making this one because the last of the 4 initial campaigns have become available. Though at the moment this one, which you're seeing the footage of now, is Tunisia, isn't available unless you, isn't available for free unless you buy a CBT package for the closed testing. And I think my biggest problem with Enlisted has been pretty much from the start, is that the game is very heavily emphasis on pay to win. That's one of the biggest drawbacks of the whole thing, is outside of the actual core combat, which is actually quite fun. I think the devs have nailed a lot of the gunplay mechanics and movement, the level design and stuff. They've done that quite well, and graphically it's quite nice, and it runs smoothly. It's got some weird graphical issues, which you'll see with the tank in a bit at the moment, but I'm sure that's just an issue with this map. But the actual pay-to-win mechanics are what are probably the main thing that actually would stop me from recommending the game to anybody. Because essentially the game has several monetization systems already built into it. The first one is your system of your premium time. Then you've got your premium squads. Now premium squads work like premium tanks and planes in War Thunder, in that you basically pay for a completely maxed out, no need to grind vehicle, or in this case a squad that has like max level characters with best weapons, and they give a bonus to end of match score and resources generated. And then you basically have an advantage with an elite squad or an elite vehicle, whatever, because you can get an elite aircraft. In this you can get an elite tank squad, and they've got that. And then they've got Battle Pass, which is another expense on top of your premium time and your premium squads. And then you've also got the sort of pay-to-win element of buying the cards to allow you to keep basically trying to get new equipment all the time. Now, I think the card one was an older one. I think they may have changed that since, but it's left an awkward system where basically, if you're one of the players who has had a lot of the cards stored up, you could basically just spam and just keep getting the best stuff over and over again, just getting tank parts and plane parts and weapon parts, and then upgrading all of the weapons on your squad. And you have an inherent advantage because higher level squads have more skills, more buffs, more perks. Their weapons are slightly better. They have better range, better accuracy. Oh, could have killed myself. Better damage, that kind of thing. And it's not a great system in a game like this that sometimes doesn't so much reward skill as it's just having the best stuff. Oh, here's the freaky graphics. It looks like some kind of weird painting in the sky. You zoom in and it vanishes, and then you zoom out again, and it just it just like reappears. It's very strange. But Enlisted is it's a beautiful looking game. You see this map, tons of detail in there. There's loads of little routes you can take to run around. You can flank, there's loads of visual cover. And I'm running this on fairly high settings. I think it's nearly maxed out anyway. And it's not a second to drop. You can see in the bottom left there that the frame rate is 145, 146 on DirectX 11. So it's running really well. And the not a single issue with mechanically or technically there. And sound design is great. It benefits a lot from a lot of Gaijin's work that was done previously. And as I said, the core gameplay is quite a lot of fun. It's a shooter where you don't necessarily need to be great at shooters to feel like you're contributing to the team, because you control one soldier of your squad, which means the rest of them run around with you, and they're controlled by a pretty dumb AI. Which is fine, because if you're not very good in the whole PvP area, you can at least shoot some bots and you can contribute in that respect, because you can thin the herd, you can weaken a position by taking out another player's AI squad members, which obviously makes it more difficult for them to be able to perform any kind of role on the field. Oh, there's a £50 motorcycle, by the way. Well, sorry, €50 driving around. See that there? Yeah. Currently to get into the Tunisia campaign, you have to pay 50 euros. Ridiculous amount of money. Absolutely silly amount of cash. That's just gaijin overall, though. That's all they... I've never understood why people want to pay the supremely high prices for, like, a single vehicle. In this case, a single squad. I mean, it has to be something pretty freaking special to want to drop 50 to 60 euros on a single vehicle for me in a game like War Thunder. But Christ, they've got a market for it, just like World of Warships and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I want to keep an eye on Enlisted. I like the fact that it's a World War II shooter. I really like World War II themed games. And it's nice to see, say, in this instance, in the Tunisia campaign, you've got the Italians make, Italian squads. It's not Italy versus Britain, for instance. It's Allies versus Axis still. But in this case, they've added Italian squads alongside Africa Corps. So you have access to things like Carcanos and Beretta SMGs and stuff like that. And the British forces are added in this, but at the moment they don't really look like British squads. They have bits and pieces of British infantry uniform, but they've also got the wrong helmets, the wrong equipment, and then there's American squads that are in there as well, because I guess it's supposed to be during like Operation Torch kind of area, like Kasserine Pass type time period, 1943. But the American squads, for some reason, are wearing the wrong Corps uniforms, and they seem to have a weird mix of equipment. Like, there's one of the squads in this that is a signals artillery squad, and they have the squad leader has a Garand rifle, but then the other two squad members have small model Lee Enfields. In fact, I'm about to switch to them now. That I don't understand. Why not give them Springfield rifles, which are already in the game? Don't know why, but they have Enfield rifles. And then the British squads, as I said, because they're so hard to differentiate from the American squads from their uniforms, it just looks like you're just playing as the US forces fighting the Africa Corps and Italian troops. I don't know whether that... I assume that's going to change further down. I assume there's going to be like a model update or something to actually have the uniforms stand out a bit more, so you can tell one squad from another within the Allies. But yeah, it's a bit of an odd decision. I don't know why they didn't just wait to have the uniforms finished. In fact, you just saw them. Those are British troops then, and as you can see, they weren't wearing the right helmets. I believe the helmet's the tortoise helmet. I forget what the model number of it is, but it has a wide brim around the edge. You know, the classic British soldier's helmet from that period. And yeah, they're wearing these sort of domed ones. They look like paratrooper helmets, which there's a guy running ahead there. It doesn't look right, does it? It looks strange. But there it is. So yeah, I'm hoping they change that a bit further down the road, because it's a little bit odd. The other problem with the test versions of this game is that they have an unlock system that's called a campaign. As you play more and more of the squads, you get experience, and the experience unlocks more free squads to unlock, alongside the ability to buy premium squads. And premium vehicles and stuff, and also new weapons, that kind of crap. Anyway, but as you go along, you unlock more of these things. But there's no campaign track in this, so you just get the squads that they already give you. They're already maxed out, so you're paying for. If you didn't get access, I was given access as I got a code. But if you had bought the motorcycle pack, let's call it, 50 euros, and you have no progression. Nothing to really work toward unlock. You're literally just running around on these maps, not really gaining anything. You're not gaining, you're not gaining experience for squads. You're not gaining any new equipment or whatever. It's literally just running around. You may as well just wait for it to come out for free, and they'll have the campaign track then, and there's something to work towards, something to do. I don't know. I honestly think that they have a kernel of a good game here. They have a good idea. It's just at the moment not being executed 100%. They may get there in the future, but I can't help but feel that Enlisted is, dangerously close to just being lost amongst a shovelware of free-to-play games that have a lot of the same mechanics of other Gaijin-released projects, which is, you know, tons of content on the surface, but a lot of it is buried amongst buying OP premium packs and a meta that, you know, oh, you need a specific setup of vehicles or units, in this case with certain guns or whatever, and you're going to win. And I don't want that for it, because there's not many... this is certainly unique in the shooter field. There aren't really any other games that are doing this kind of mechanic of making the battlefield look more active than it is by having AI squad mates that on occasion they do okay, on other occasions they're really bad, but that's fine. I mean, it's just bot matches basically, but it's bot matches with other players. It's an interesting hybrid. And the gameplay's quick enough, it's rewarding enough, it doesn't feel like you're getting screwed over because, you know, you can shoot the bots, you can still earn points, still get XP, the matches are still fun, the maps are interesting to look at, the graphics are nice, the sound design is good. It's just really marred by the money-hungry, money-grubbing systems that are already in place, and this is before the game has kind of officially launched, in the sense of being a 1.0 product, for instance. They've already got this level of monetization, how far are they going to go, and how much is that going to impact the future of the game, like future campaigns and missions and armies that they're going to add. Because potentially this could run and run and run, because you could have it set in any time period during the war. You could do the invasion of Poland, the invasion of the Lowlands, the Battle for France, the Russo-Finnish War, the Spanish Civil War. You could do, obviously, the war in China and Japan, Burma, the Dutch East Indies. You've got tons of different campaigns that you could pick, because literally it's just adding squads that were in the area at the time, and then just some weapons and vehicles, and away you go. It can run and run and run. I just really hope they don't screw it up by just allowing the monetization to overtake the actual design and development of a potentially really good game, because I don't hear a lot of people talking about Enlisted. I don't see a lot of people playing Enlisted. I don't know if that's the case that Gaijin haven't been doing enough to really promote this other title. It feels like it's being developed, but there's not really any kind of serious sort of marketing effort being put into getting people over to playing it. I mean, some cross promotion between War Thunder and Enlisted. They both have a World War II kind of slant to them. It wouldn't be a bad idea to have some kind of, you know, buy this in Enlisted, get this in War Thunder, that kind of thing. Or there's an event where you know, both games are crossing over. If you complete stuff in both games, you can get rewards for both. It seems like a pretty easy thing for them to do. It wouldn't cost them much. But they don't seem to want to do that, so I'm a bit worried about where Enlisted is ultimately going to end up. But I think I've rambled enough now. Probably for Kit A6, she's probably wondering what the hell I'm going on about anyway, but yeah. If you were interested in trying out Enlisted, go ahead. There are 3 campaigns you can play already that have full unlock trees and all the rest of it. See what you think. As I said, it's not bad. It doesn't require a beast of a rig to run, and you can get some enjoyment out of it. It's completely free to play. You can download it from basically from the Gaijin web store anyway. But if you just search Enlisted or just go to War Thunder and just click through their store thing, you'll find the website for it. Try it out, see what you think. But I would only really recommend putting money into the game if it really does grab you by the short and curlies, because if it doesn't, really don't pay into it. Honestly, just don't. It's not worth it. But yeah, I'll probably stream some of this a bit more. I'm going to keep an eye on this, see if it changes, see if they add more. Maybe update the character models for the British infantry, see what it's like when it's sort of officially launched. But yeah, until then, I'll see you all next time. Thank you for sticking with me on this one. What do you think if you've tried Enlisted? What do you think of it? Do you think it's a good game? Do you think it's got potential? Am I completely wrong? We're talking about my arse, which I usually am. Yeah, is there a different angle that you have on it? So let's see what you think. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.